Yes, people. Welcome back to the Big Steve Show with the one and only Big Steve.
yes, mate. Bro. I'm good, mate. How are you doing? All right.
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. It's a good week for City.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got a good result of the weekend, or Monday, I should say. And we have the chance to go top on Saturday as well, which is nice. We've not been able to say that for a long time.
Yeah, no, everything seems to be going in the right direction. Obviously, ever since Kevin De Bruyne got back fit and Erling got back fit, and we've got a fully fit squad to choose from, we seem to be ticking along nice. You know what I mean? Even Brentford on Monday, potential banana skin. You know what I mean? That we know that Brentford can be a tricky place, especially if they get the atmosphere up. So what we had to do really was go there and try and make sure they didn't get a bit of momentum and that. As it went, we played really, really well and found ourselves 1-0 down. Fair play to the goal. Ivan Toney off the ball, giving Nathan a shove. Yeah. Maupai in and goal. You know what I mean? It couldn't have fell to a worse rat than him. You know what I mean? The guy
it felt destined. After it had to be him to score. He's just see the team sheet. I was like, it's going to be him.
He's shit. He's a shit player. Tries to drag everyone down to his shit level. He's trying to wind people up, Kyle and that, talking about his kids and that. But that's the kind of level we're going to get dragged down to. You know what I mean? Kyle did well to hold it in. He's going to get it again this season. He needs to realise that. You know, if you put your life on the front of the sun, you're going to be there to be shot at. So, but no, City just didn't force it, didn't panic, carried on playing our game. And obviously, I spoke to somebody about Earl. You know, people saying, oh, we play a bit better without him and that. I wouldn't say we play better without him. I just think we play a bit different. But what you will notice with Earl coming in, look at the space Foden had because of that. You know, look at the Erling's pinned to their centre-back. He's dragging him all over the place. And it worked. And like you say, Phil Foden, again, 3 goals. Kevin De Bruyne, I thought, was outstanding, just strolling around the pitch, keeping it ticking all the time. We're looking good, mate. From a Man City point of view, there's literally nothing we can come on here and moan at.
Yeah, there's everyone has the first half of the season meltdown and that, but everything now is going so well for us. So well for us. Like I said, a chance to go top at the weekend. Obviously, we had to capitalise yesterday, which added a little bit of pressure to the Brentford game. I thought it'd be a little bit more difficult than what it actually ended up being. When they scored to make it 1-0, I think it was important that we got that goal as much as they kind of gifted it us before half time, because I think second half they'd have proper closed in. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
made it really, really, really hard for us, pure low block. But I think we just kind of trusted the way that we were playing because, like you said, we weren't playing bad when they ended up scoring. We were dominant. We were playing really well. Like, it was just one kick up from the goalkeeper who was having an unreal game. He got himself an assist. Ivan Toney probably should have an assist for what he did. He did really well with Nathan Ake, and that's the only way that their goal came about. But I think it was a really good performance. Kevin De Bruyne's moving freely. He looks. It's weird because he looks younger than I've ever seen him play. Like, he looks fitter than ever. The guy's chasing the goalkeeper down. He's moving like Alvarez pressing the goalkeeper off the ball. Like, it's mad.
No,
He
literally,
looks different.
he is. He's different. I read an interview with him, and he said like first time in over 10 years he's had a chance to heal everything. He had other niggles that he needed to address. They got healed up, and he said he could try different things in his diet and stuff where he couldn't usually try that in a season in case it knocked him off. He said he had time to try it, so he did it. But I thought, I just think keep Kevin De Bruyne fit and everything around him just falls into place.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good seeing. It was when I see the lineup, I didn't think we'd see both Kevin Foden playing, but I am really happy that we're getting to see that. Foden and Kevin De Bruyne in the same team is wild.
Good, mate. We see Foden was a bit strange. We all knew he had the talent. He played him wide on the right. We all thought maybe that's where he's going to end up. Then he came inside, didn't really hit the ground running. And then just before Kev started to get fit, he started to kick into gear there.
Mm-hmm.
Pep started trusting him more there. And now he looks at home there. So finally, I think we've got a position where we know Phil Foden can play. But looking around the whole team, we just look comfortable. You look at the bench we had. Jack Grealish has not got any minutes. Stones is on there. Akanji and that. Everyone's fit. Bernardo Silva had a quiet game, but the games before that he's been all over the place. I just think he played a part in the team the other night. He had to keep out wide. There's no need for Bernardo Silva to come running in for the ball. You've got Foden and De Bruyne in the middle. Don't pack the midfield out if you don't need to. Let them play. Erling's job is get on them centre backs and keep them further away from that midfield as you can. Open that space in between, and City just punished them there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was honestly, it was really good to see. Really good to see. I think, as you were saying a minute ago about Haaland was getting a little bit of stick in our watch long. And like I say, I think it is a thing that's not just a few people saying it. There's quite a lot saying that we are playing better without Erling Haaland. But you are right in what you're saying. You hit the nail on the head. It's not necessarily better. It's just different. We play different with Erling Haaland. If we won't have that space.
If we have Alvarez up front there, right? That back four can press up that pitch because they know they can get behind Alvarez. As soon as he gets the ball, his first touch isn't the best, Alvarez. It's going to bounce off him. They're going to win it. Erling Haaland, if they leave any space behind and he gets through, he's in one-on-one, which he got through.
He did.
So then you thought, you know what? Let's just drop a bit deep and let City come at us and we'll see what's coming at us. Then the worst thing they could have done, I felt sorry for Brentford. They didn't know what to do for the best. Seeing that manager of theirs, at one point, he was scratching his head. He didn't know what to do. And I know a lot of kids in that, they think Erling's not scored, he's had a bad game. That's not how football works. If you watch him, he set up the goal. You know what I mean? He was integral in the play. He linked up well in the midfield, his little layoffs and that when we broke. And listen, Erling Haaland is going to have a massive say in this season coming up. I assure you of that.
I agree.
So people might think, we do play better without him. But listen, we're better with him. Trust me, we're better with him.
Yeah, we're definitely better with him. It's hard to say, and like he creates space for the players, like, as you said, because you always need two players on him. And then like even if you've got your wingers, if you've got your fully attacking wingers, I know like Vardio pretty much is a left winger nowadays. But if you have your attacking wingers like Dokuan and Haaland's on the pitch, then they can't afford to double up on everyone. You can't double up on Haaland, double up on both your wingers, and then have it like that. It's just not going to work. There will be space for someone on that pitch. I think you're seeing it quite early on because Haaland was pushed forward and he wasn't dropping deep at that point. Their back line's pushed further back because they can't leave Erling Haaland there. And some of our players are having shots from outside the box. Our players
Exactly.
had a
That's because of
couple.
the space. Like you'd never
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that. You always see teams thinking, right, let's crowd in the middle, stop City playing. And then all of a sudden you got this 6'5" fucking Nordic meat shield who's had 2 months out and wants to smash everything. And they're thinking, fucking hell, if we go into that midfield, he dink it over the top here and he's got space to run in. We ain't catching him. So it's a good problem to have from a City point of view. Don't forget, Earl's had 2 months out, you know. So just to get the minutes in his legs, we got the win. And we've got a tough set of fixtures coming up. So listen, Pep's good at managing Earl. Last season, you've seen it. He's scoring hat-tricks. He's taking him off after 55. The fans are going mad because we want him to score 6.
yeah.
But he rested him and we won the treble. So who's right? Pep's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think we're doing all right at the minute. I think it's going to be tough. I think Arsenal have got a little boost now because of the win against Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to have to come back because they've had their arse slapped off Arsenal. So don't expect it to be plain sailing in the next few weeks. There could be a few little shocks, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, the story's not over yet. I think there's going to be twists and turns in this title race still. But I still back us I think we're four-peating this year. I'm confident on us four-peating. The way that we stuck with the pack until Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland have come back now, I feel like we're going to be so confident going into this. And I think we're 9 wins in a row now? Something like that. It's the best form we've seen all season. It's the best form we've seen for quite a bit. So honestly, I think this year, this is the year, man. We four-peat it. Not sure about the other competitions, the FA Cup, Champions League, but I think a back-to-back treble is very, it's hard to do, as we can see. I'm not saying we can't do that, but I just think it's a little bit unrealistic to think about that. I'd just be happy with another Prem. I'd genuinely be happy with a four-peat. That'd be me.
Yeah, Prem. Listen, as the season gets deeper, one competition might have to get sacrificed. That's not being arrogant. That's just being real. And the FA Cup might have to go because the semi-final of the FA Cup is always sandwiched in between a Champions League leg. So I think Pep will want that Champions League again. I think he'll want it again. You know, I think we all do. So listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're in a good position. If somebody told us, you know, only a few months ago that we'd be in this position now where we win on Saturday, we're top of the league, we're taking it. You know what I mean? Because apparently we was having a bad season. We'd had a drop-off. Gundogan and Mahrez, Laporte had gone. It was fucking panic on the streets, So, you know, look at it now. Who's panicking now? We ain't panicking. They know what's coming. They know what gets going around this time. The City end was good again on Monday night. The fans were getting going again. There's a load of us going to Copenhagen on Monday to get the boys over the line over there. So we're getting that momentum we had last season. And when we get that momentum on and off the pitch, it's tough to stop this team and this football club.
Yeah, it's a steam train at that point. It's hard to put the brakes on it because, like you say, fans are there, fully invoiced. Our away fans are the best away fans. I still back that. I'm adamant on that. That 9,000 to Spurs as well was wild.
Do you know what? Right, I'm going to be honest with you. Right, you know when we have this debate about the tourists and that, and obviously the Charity Shield this season, a lot of the fans boycotted it, and a lot of the tickets went to the tourists. Right? The worst away end I've ever seen in football history. Right, everyone was sat down. It was crap. And then we get Spurs on a Wednesday, on a Friday night. We never win there. 9,000 tickets going 4 hours, and every single reprobate fucking lunatic in Manchester was at Spurs. I love it. I love it because that is our football club. That is what we're about. So if you offered half of them a ticket for Man United, they'd probably turn it down and watch it in the boozer. But you tell them we're going to Spurs on a Friday night, there's no trains and we've never won. You can sign them up. Sign on the dotted line. That's just what City fans are about, man. Do you know what I mean? And and the away, you can see it. The away end the other night was very, very good as well. And it's good, man. I think the momentum's starting to move, and you're getting that feeling again in your chest that something might happen.
Yeah, it feels again, isn't it? Like I say, at the beginning of the season, you don't get that. You typically don't get that anyway, unless you're running away with the league, which, as we've seen, it doesn't really happen. Our first half of the season is usually quite figuring things out, but now you're starting to feel it again. You're starting to feel like as the second half of the season, we were getting back into the Champions League games. You start to believe again that we're going to be winning these things, which is exciting, man. It's mint. It's actually mint.
Imagine a Champions League final at Wembley.
Oh man, I don't winning our second Champions League at Wembley. Mad,
Nice.
mad. Juan, yes, with the 7 months says if England do well in the Euros and Foden keeps us up to the end of the season, then could we see Ballon d'Or shouts?
Listen, all you got to say to that is Erling Haaland broke every Premier League record that's ever fucking lived. He's won every trophy he could possibly win and finished second. So forget Ballon d'Ors. Ain't happening. Ain't happening.
It's the Ballon d'Or's a joke. I'm not asked about it. Like after Erling Haaland didn't win it, then you know what I mean. I'm convinced that it's not going to happen. Like, and I think England would have to do. I'd have to win the Euros, and Foden would have to have like a groundbreaking season for anything to happen. Piplup with a 2 says Doku still frustrates me when he plays. I think that's because Doku's high risk, high reward. The guy wants to beat a man. And then if you take that out, I think his final third does need work. I think his decision making in the final third, some of his crosses into the box aren't very good. He's only young.
Yeah, as a young guy, he's very raw. We have seen flaws in him. Don't get me wrong. I've seen Pep roasting him for not getting back. He very much just wants the ball. He's like a fucking puppy in the kitchen, isn't it? You throw a fucking ball there, he's going to go for it, and that's the way he is. But he can only get better under Pep Guardiola and this team. Once a few senior players have calmed him down, once he realises, that it's what he needs to do in this team, he'll only get better. I think there's something's obviously there was rumours coming out about Grealish the other night having a fallout. Nobody knows whether it's true or not, but to not play in the last 4 games looks a bit strange to me on paper. Can't see why he wouldn't have thrown him on the other night, So maybe there's an issue there, but you just got to trust the manager, haven't you? Everyone's going to be frustrated if you're not playing, but it is what it is.
It's something that Pep says quite a lot, isn't it? Like, it is hard to juggle these talents that we've got and keep everyone happy. I just think if the Grealish thing is right, I think Grealish is going about it the wrong way. I don't think that's going to get him any further towards the squad if he's leaving training early in that. Obviously, no one knows if it's true, if it's not true. I think they'll sort it out. I think it'll be fine. It is weird though, the fact that Grealish isn't playing, especially how important it was last season. But
there's another winger coming in as well. Another winger coming in, Savio. He plays left.
So we're getting Savio in. Now, everything that I've seen of Savio is that we're going to sign him, because so then we own him, but then we're going to loan him straight back to Girona next season. But that's only a preliminary talks. So he might come in, City might see him in training and go, in fact, you know what? You're ready, straight in. Because the guy looks like a talent, looks really good.
He is. He's very risky with the Brazilian lads, isn't it? You know what I mean? They have all the great skill and all that. He's gone to Spain. He's enjoying it. He looks like he's playing well. Premier League's different, but it's like I see all these people going, "Oh, Man City again, manipulating the league, buying the." What the fucking hell are they daft? The point of having a football group is to do what we're doing. Get players, get them in, put them in another club where they might play. Yeah, instead of loaning him into a random one, get him in a club that plays your style of football under your management where you can look after him. If he excels, bring him back to the daddy club. It's fucking common sense. Are people stupid? Do you know what I mean? It works all across the world. Chelsea are doing it with Strasbourg. United did it years ago with Royal Antwerp. City are now doing it with their group. That is the whole point. But these people, they're just dumb, mate. They just want to anything to have a go at City. Because we're run right and because we're doing it, we're ahead of the curve. Automatically, it's like, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. But
yeah, as it is, they make it out as if we're cheating by going and signing these players from Girona, a club that we own, a club that we are putting those players in there. Like you say, no, but us keeping on them, we can't play them in a competitive league. We're sending these players out into these places so they can play in competitive football. They can develop as players, and if they become to be looking like the world star players, we're going to go, we'll have them because we own that football. It is the CFG. It is the idea of it. That's the reason it exists. Primarily, obviously, to make money and to develop world-class players. And if they do get that, then they join, like you said, the daddy club. Like that. Most
And
of the
that's what it
players
is.
that sign for these, going to Girona and going to different players, if you ask them, they say their main goal is to play for Manchester City. It's not to play for Girona.
Well,
They're signing for us and going there
we
to play for
signed
us.
we signed Diego Rojas, a Brazilian midfielder. I think he went to Lommel. I think he went to Troyes. He's obviously not cut the mustard. He's now in Bahia in Brazil, so he's back in his home country. Kai came over. He trained with
Oh
us.
yeah, yeah.
He had a little couple of cameos. He looked very lightweight, very raw. He's been filtered back out through there. So there's nothing to say these players won't make it back round and come back to City, but it's good to just bring them in and then look and think, you know what, they're not quite ready. Look how many players have gone to Girona. Look at Garcia and all that. They're playing at Girona now.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't cut out for Man City. Don't forget, we are the best football team in the world. Yeah, that's a fact. We are the Premier League champions, the champions of Europe. For you to get into this squad, you have got to be an exceptional player. And at 19-year-old, Savio has had a good season at Girona, and they're going to dip his toe in the water here. If he is as good as they think he is, the kid's earned his move, right? If you put a block on this City football group, that's Savio. He ends up at Troyes. He might end up somewhere else. He might end up in the bin in 5 years. But City are nurturing the talent through. If he don't quite work, they can put him into a club, develop him quietly under the radar, bring him back out. There's nothing wrong with that. And at the end of the day, other football clubs will eventually follow that model, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that. I think Newcastle will be trying to get like their kind of side of that sorted straight away. I think I know that Amanda Stavey, when the Newcastle had their takeover, she's the person who helped Sheikh Mansour buy Man City. She had a tour of the club, a tour of all the facilities, because obviously City let her have a look around just so that they can see the City model. And I believe that Newcastle will be one of the ones that will try and replicate that, try and get this academy, try and get this CFG kind of system going forward. It's something that I think was it Soriano who started it, or I can't remember if it was Soriano or Tiki, one of them. They wanted that at Barcelona, and Barcelona rejected the idea completely, and it's why they left, because he had this idea of a bigger football group, like a Barcelona football group, and then they put it in the bin, Barca, and said nope, never, won't work. Then he's come to City. City have gone, yep, we'll have that, we'll do that. And then we've built it. Then the club's built for Pep and a CFG, and now we've got one of the best academies
There's a lot
going in the
of
world.
we've signed a lot of Croatian players.
Yeah,
A lot of Croatian players that are in the City group at Lommel and Troyes and that. You know, Matinho was signed the same time. He's been loaned out again. I think he's at Rotterdam. So there's a lot of other players from all over where you can just take a bit of a gamble and stick them in, you know what I mean? It's peanut money, you know what I mean? And our academy is sort of recycling over and over again. Every year we're making big money sell-on clauses, you know what I mean? We sold loads of players and it works. Listen, no matter what anyone says, it works. £400 million in academy sales and sell-ons in the last 7 years works.
but it won't stop people calling us cheats for it. Like James Trafford going for 25 million or whatever, he went for 20 mil, whatever it was. You got people straight away. There's something dodgy about this. Cole Palmer going £40 million, and Cole Palmer's an actual real talent. And still people saying that there's something dodgy about the deals because we're getting high prices.
It could go the other way. You could buy this young kid. He could be absolutely dog shit. Yeah. You could, it's not our fault. Man United's greatest saviour was Zidane Iqbal. Yeah, they're going to come in. He was going to tear it up at United and Hannibal. Yeah. Hannibal's on loan at Seville. He's been done for disciplinary issues. He's shit. And fucking Zidane Iqbal got sold to FC Utrecht for 1 mil. So don't be coming at us because we can sell Gavin Bazunu for 15 and Shea Charles for 12 and fucking James Trafford. James Trafford was England under 21. He won the game for him in the penalty shootout. We've got Diran Maboud and his brother. They've gone out there. Felix Nemecha just went to Borussia Dortmund for 30 million. We got money off that. Yeah. Pedro Porro went to Spurs. We got money off that. So Iva Illich, Verona. So listen, they know what they're doing, City. They ain't stupid. And like you say, we're taking a gamble on the kids. We're developing them. So we rightly can sell them on.
Yeah, like other clubs shouldn't judge. Like, how's our business? We do good business. Like you said before, we are the best run club in football. We are the best run club. Obviously, everyone will throw that in the bin. At this 115 charges bullshit, and no one will say that from any other club. No one will say that because everyone will just say 115 charges until that's all dealt with. But we are the best run club in football. Everyone else that I know wishes that their club could be run like Manchester City, from bottom to top, We know what's going on. We know how close Pep is with the board. It all just seems so cushy. Like, and look at the money that we're making with the academy players. Like, clubs
McAtee
would
will be
wish to have
sold.
that.
McAtee will be sold. 25 mil. He'll be
Yeah.
sold. Tommy Doyle will go to Wolves, and we've got 50% sell on there. No disrespect to McAtee and Tommy, but they ain't getting in this team. They're good players. You know, these players. Rodgers just went to Villa. He didn't make it at City, so there's another sell-on clause.
We've got a sell on there, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. City aren't stupid, mate. You know what I mean? Jan Couto will come back. He's ours anyway.
Right. Yeah, he'll
right back, Brazilian. You know, I watched him play against City in that friendly against Girona. I think he went off early. He went up for it. He didn't look right, but he's a good young player. You know what I mean? So listen, this football club, like you say, on and off the pitch, is doing business. Forget what anyone else says. It's just pure jealousy, lack of knowledge, speculation, and anything to throw mud at City.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Rio, yes, Rio says, why are rival fans complaining when we sign a player from the CFG, but when the Red Bull teams do it, not a single complaint? I mean, like I say, we're a bit much going through that there.
Because we're winning, Rio. Because we're winning. If we were mid-table, no one would give a shit.
Fact. LB 1998, yes, with the £2 says City have the best away form in the league.
No, we're doing well. We're doing well.
We are doing really well, and it's mad. I can't remember if it was Martin. I think Martin was saying this in a stream a few weeks back, that it's flipped. Like, because usually our home form's like key for us, and our away form it's still good, but it's not like match the home form. But this time, our away form is actually better than our home form. Doing really well this year, really well, which it's good to see, especially when you have to go to places like Spurs and Anfield still. Puts us in good stead for that. Pipple up again with a 2. Yes, mate. It says, think McAtee and Doyle get a chance, which is funny enough, as you just said. Yeah. You said it before, we are an exceptional team, so you have to be an exceptional player to get into that team. Do I think McAtee and Doyle are good players? Yes. And do I think they're going to have a good career? Yes. I think McAtee's got more of a chance than Doyle, but still, I think McAtee, I just don't see how he breaks into it, especially when we keep making key midfield signings. I just don't see a way in.
It's just, listen, it's how good we are. You know, someone was, of course it is. But someone said to me the other day, what are you going to do if you get relegated? I said, tell you what we'll do. We'll sell all the players for about 2 billion. Yeah. Haaland for 250 and that. De Bruyne, get 200 from Saudi for him. You know what I mean? We'll sell them all, big money. Then we'll just get the under-23s and the lads we got out on loan. We'll bring them all back. We'll win Division 2. Then we'll win the Championship. We'll come back, sign everyone back again. Big money. Win the Prem before Man United.
Yeah. And it's funny enough, you could back that to actually happen. You could back us to go all round again, all the way through to the top, and win it before United.
I'll do a season in League 2 with Dwight Gale up front. I don't give a shit.
Dwight Gale up front.
Dwight Gale up front in League 2 will smash it. You know what I mean?
Go get Jordan Ibe. He was the next Raheem Sterling. He's in non-league game. We'll go get him.
Go and get him. We're going to get Marvellous Nakamba on a free from Luton. You know what I mean? We'll wheel Jolie and Lescott out.
Wheel him out.
Why not?
Yeah, run it. Martin, yes, Martin with a 5 says, City with a 4, Pete. City to a die, big up Stephen Jordy, let's go. Yes, Martin, mate, big ups. Bevo, yes, with a 5 as well. Appreciate all the super chats, everyone. He says, question for Big Steve, if you could re-sign any past player, who would it be? His is De Jong.
Probably in this team, I would probably get David Silva or Yaya Toure. In this team,
my head instantly went with David Silva, but I'm a David Silva fanboy anyway. But I think when Kev's not in there, you cry out for someone to unlock a defense, and David Silva does that, especially when all these teams are playing low block.
But could you imagine if it was the olden days and we played 4-4-2 and we played Haaland and Aguero up front, little and large? Can you imagine it?
That'd just be wild, wouldn't it? Like, for a long time, I think pre-Haaland, for a long time, when we had, like, Aguero, everyone always asked this question. Because this is just a question that everyone asks, like, forever, this. I always wanted Tevez back to just have more of Tevez and Aguero. I think it was shot... we was basically sold a dream with Tevez and Aguero. We should have had more of that. Obviously, with Tevez and Mancini falling out, it was never destined to be. But yeah,
No.
David Silva back in his team, or a Yaya Toure back in his team. Oh, I can't even. Yaya Toure in this team would be so good.
King Clancy as well. Someone said Georgie would be great in this side.
Yeah, beyond belief there, King Clancy. Kolarov in that left back slot would be class. I'm not sure I've ever heard anyone say Kolarov. Richard Dunn. Let's get Richard Dunn back.
Get Sean Goldner up from Haaland.
Yeah, run it back. It's always a good question to ask, and it's always good debate as well. Super Mario to compete with Walker's scandals.
Mad.
Yeah. Vinny. I think no one says Vinny because of how just injury prone he was towards the end of his career. I think that's why most people don't really mention him. But,
yeah, Vinny would be good, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, Pitbull with a 2 says I think Jacob Wright could make it into the first team.
Maybe he's doing well in it. You know what I mean? He got a little sniff
yeah.
in the cup, so maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it is, you just got to hope for the best with it when it comes to the youngsters, innit? You just got to hope that they're going to make it and do bits. Like, say, it's never a guaranteed thing when we have such a quality squad. So, weekend then, we do have the chance to go top. It is the early kickoff, which is disgusting. Not my favourite kickoff at all. Everton, what's your thoughts? Are you worried at all, or you think piece of piss?
In the fighting for the lives, they've got a little bit of anger in the bellies because of this charges thing. So they're always going to be trying to upset us, physical and that. But listen, it's the Etihad, isn't it? We know what it's about. We've just got to put them away. Put them away. We've got a big game Tuesday night in Copenhagen. Get the 3 points. Don't care. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, whatever. Just get the points. It's all about getting the wins now on the board. I don't get people panicking. Oh, we concede. We can concede all we want if you score 3. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. So it is what it is. We're playing a high line. We are playing very, very advanced football. So we are going to be caught out every now and then. But it's how you deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's risky. It's risky play. We've seen us do that for quite a bit now. I think Newcastle was one of the games where people are highlighting it a lot, saying we need to change this, but it's very clear this is something that Pep wants to do going forward. Is very high line. We're seeing it again against Brentford, very high line that Ivan Toney did bits, and they ended up scoring from it. But like I say, it's risk and reward with that. It allows us to put pressure on them straight away as soon as they get the ball. We can win the ball further up the pitch, catch them out. So it kind of, they don't have too many players back for a low block. Not really counter attacks. We don't do that. But I think they are fighting for their lives, Everton. I'm not sure if this is the year that they go down. I know that they have been hit with points deduction. They were doing well as well for quite a bit after the points deduction. They got out of the relegation zone, but then they've gone a slump of form again and just dipped straight back in. And there's talks of another points deduction on the horizon. I think they've failed that profitability, sustainability rules, whatever it is again. So not sure with Everton. Not sure if this is the year they go down, but I think I'm confident that we beat them. But like you say, 3 points, literally 3 points. I'm not asked. Could be a 1-0 dead game, last minute winner. As long as we get them 3 points, I'm fine for it. This is one opportunity that we've had for quite a while to put pressure on Liverpool and Arsenal now to we can because obviously we go top if we win. Yeah. I want us to start capitalising on that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm pretty confident.
We've got to do it, like you say. Early kickoffs are always flat. The atmospheres are shit early doors. You know what I mean? It's not the best. Yeah. We need to ramp that up a bit, but just get the win. It's all about getting the win now. Move on. Get the win. Move on. Get the win. Move on. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, man. It's the momentum. And then lastly is Copenhagen next week. Did you say you're going to Copenhagen next week?
Yeah, fly out on Monday. City are doing a treble tour out there. I think they're bringing the trophies out there. The details are on the website, but I'll actually be at that treble tour with FG, probably there. So
nice.
People that in Denmark that message saying, "Oh, can I see you?" will probably be at the treble tour in the day, and then at the night time we'll be at the what do you call it? The Irish bar. There's one of the lads, Simon, who I think's been on here. He's he's organised something in the Irish bar in Copenhagen for City fans, so everyone will be there at the night, I think.
Decent, wasn't it? If you get into Copenhagen, go see Steve in that. This is actually one of the ones that I was going to go to as well. I'm gutted that.
And I just addressed that in the comments there. Alex, Big Steve, is the dad who paid for the mascot got an email reply from the club yet? No, that is the answer. No. So, I don't know. You go to these events, you try and I went to the Kevin De Bruyne event. I paid for some family and friends. We went to the Kevin De Bruyne event, and they come round raising money for City in the community. So you had to bid for stuff. So I bid for a signed picture of Pep. My mate bid for a signed picture of Haaland, and then one of the lads on the table, he won a blue carpet experience. So you can take 4 people in the tunnel club. Cool. You take a kid, they go on the blue carpet, they go outside the dressing room, they get all the autographs of the players and all that. So first of all, I didn't hear anything back from the signed Pep picture. Second, I bought it. I got a card machine set in my way. You won the auction. Can you pay for it? Paid for it. Same as me mate. And then they promised before Christmas. I never got it before Christmas. And my mate, he bought the Haaland one for his son for Christmas. Not cheap, 300-400 quid. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We promised him before Christmas, never got it. And then in the end, he had to get a refund because he wanted his money back to buy his son a Christmas present. And then I got mine Pep picture 2 weeks ago. A lady actually turned up at my work in a car with it and said, "This is from Man City. I'm dropping this off." And then the mascot thing, he's emailed 9 times, I think, asking, what game can I go to? I need to arrange it and all that. And no one's got back to him. So it's bad, man, from the club. I don't really want to get involved in it, but it's bad when you're supporting the club. You're trying you're spending a fortune, thousands, trying to get these tickets. I think it's 250 quid a head or something for De Bruyne. And you support the club, you're buying pictures and that, thinking it helps the community and that, and they can't even deliver them to you.
That's a nightmare. I mean? Yeah, that's a nightmare, that. Like I say, it's hard because there's nothing you can do in it. Like, it's up to the club to be up to standard with that.
It's probably just somebody in the background that's just fucking, not running it right. To get it right. That's why we need this some sort of committee or some sort of fan liaison where these little niggles, we can put it in there and they can get them sorted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's something that definitely needs to be done. Because it breaks that connection. Then, like, you have a connection to the club if you can do something like that, and you can raise them issues. At the moment, we don't really have that. It's just you just got to basically hope and wish that the club could do that. If we had that and say it was something that someone from like the City community that we know from like YouTube scene or anything like you, anyone like that was on it, then that someone like
I said I'd do it for free.
Could do that.
I said I'd do it for free. Just because everyone's coming up to me at the games telling me these problems, and it's nothing to do with me. I can't say anything. I've not got no say. I can just do these shows and mention it. But I don't want to be calling the club out on these shows. I'd rather have someone at the club I can ring and say, "Look, I've been to the match today. People are not happy about the ticket prices. They're saying this, that, and the other. Any chance we can do this, or have we got any plans for this?" But I don't know.
Yeah, it's a shame. There's hopefully City do move on something like that. Pip up with the 2 says, "Let's bring Sunji High back." Yeah, mate. Just run it back. Roll back the years. So confident of a win against Everton. Are you confident of a win against Copenhagen?
Yeah, listen, after last year, I'm not even bothered if we go to Copenhagen and get a draw. Just bring them back to the Etihad, get the job done here, you know what I mean? But as it is, I think we'll beat Everton, and I think we'll go to Copenhagen and we'll come back with a win.
Yeah, love that. That'll be a good week. And then after that point, we'll run another Big Steve show. And we can talk about how everything that you said is right, mate.
We need to get some more ex-players. Kevin Haaland last week was brilliant.
That honestly, people haven't seen that. If people haven't seen that Kevin Haaland stream, you need to go back and watch that, because that's some of the best content that has ever been on this channel. It's really, really good. Kevin Haaland's so down to earth as well. Open with his stories. The whole hour or whatever it is, hour or so, is interesting from the off. And that's not me just boys smoke up our own channel kind of thing. Genuinely, I was a fan of my own channel for a day, literally just watching it. It was unreal. It was unreal.
We've got more to come. I've spoke to a
Yeah.
couple of ex-players. We're going to try and get some more on. But people always saying, "Oh, what was it like in Gillingham and Main Road and all that?" Well, Kev was open and honest. He told us how it was. He spoke about his time at City and that, some good stories and that. And that's not scripted. That is literally, there's no notes there. That is literally just a 1 hour City fan and player talking. And you don't get better content than that. I'm telling you now.
No, it's really, really, really good. So yeah, we'll get some more of those done as soon as possible because it's great content. It's great content. Anything else, bro?
No, not really. If you want to watch some interviews, there's a couple on my channel from ages ago. There's Uwe Rosler. Me and Uwe got down to it. There's me and Lescott. There's me and Gail Cliche. And me and Gerard Vikens. So if you want an interview and you've not seen it, go on at Big Steve MCFC, see what kind of gist we've got. And yeah, it's good City content, man. But no, I appreciate you guys having me on again. The show's been good. And like you say, people asking about the Shark, when the Shark's coming. The Shark's not quite ready to come yet, but trust me, when the Shark's ready to land, you will hear about it.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Right. Well, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Big up to Big Steve again for another solid show. We'll have you back next week, innit? After the games, and we can talk about it. I imagine that will be decent, but we'll give you a bit of.
Yeah, we'll do one next Wednesday. It'll be Valentine's Day, so all these people that haven't got a bird, while your mates are all out, spending fortunes on flowers from the garage and some box of chocolates just so the bird likes them. You get a bit of a kiss and cuddle and that. You single guys can get yourself a takeaway and a beer and get ready for the Big Steve. So fuck Valentine's Day. It's a load of bollocks.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. What's that, mate? Wednesday,
Exactly.
Wednesday, 14th of February. That's the Big Steve show day.
To my missus, it's Valentine's Day every day in my house for you. So calm down. You ain't getting out. I'm going to
yeah. So as Big Steve says, all you single lads, get ready for next Wednesday because we'll have a takeaway, a beer in that, and listen to Big Steve spit facts for an hour.
That
sounds perfect.
Man. That's the one.
Right. Big up everyone, and we'll be back with some more content very, very shortly, and we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.